Hello and welcome to the FIFA 20 Team of the Week 19 predictions. Now, apologies about the late upload than usual. Usually this would be live about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Had a couple of power problems to be able to get this video out. And of course, if you are new to the channel, do leave a like and a subscription as always. I'd just like to say thank you very much for getting us up to 350 subscribers already in such a short space of time. So without further ado, it's worth looking at the Team of the Week this week. There's a lot of high-rated players linked, and of course, there will still be headliners available, as well as 81 plus upgrade packs, so do expect some of these players to be potentially cheaper than usual, but also packed a lot in your untradeable packs. So we'll start off with the 3 goalkeepers on the screen. First of all, we've got Dimitrovic. He made 4 saves and a clean sheet in a 2-0 win versus Atletico Madrid. I would safely say he'll be in the Team of the Week. We've got Pope of Burnley. He made 7 saves and got an 8.4 rating on Who Scored in a 2-1 win versus Leicester. I do think he's one of the likely candidates to be up there this week. Well, he's not a fantastic card, but of course he will be one of the discard Premier League goalkeeper informs. And finally, we've got Schwallow. I think it's pronounced, probably butchered his name to be honest, of Freiburg. He made 7 saves in a 2-1 win versus Mainz. Now, of course, Pope and Schwallow did concede goals, but I do think one of those two will make it into the Team of the Week this week, considering their pretty impressive stats. There is also the QPR goalkeeper who made, I believe, about 10 saves, as well as penalty save. Was it against Leeds, I think, who could get into the Team of the Week, but I think with EFL bias and small club bias, I do think they'll go for gold cards over silvers. We move on to the defenders now. We start off with Cabrera of, formerly of Getafe. He's now just joined Espanyol in La Liga. He got himself a goal and a clean sheet in a 3-0 win against Leganes. Of course, as I said, he's moved to Espanyol now, so do expect that card to be Espanyol, not Getafe, for those who are interested in the Uruguayan centre-back. We've then got the biggest defender of the week. We've got Van Dijk, not just in height, but stats-wise, he got himself a goal and a clean sheet in a 2-0 win versus Manchester United. This would be a very tasty inform, even though he does have a Team of the Year card. It will still be very expensive. Of course, that Team of the Year being a 99 rated card. And finally, we have got a lot of La Liga players, by the way, this week. We've got Alex Vidal. I've put him in for a goal and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win versus Levante. Alaves getting a big win there, and of course, Alex Vidal being ex-Barcelona player. He might be up there for Team of the Week. There is Sarachi of Galatasaray as well. He got himself an assist, but I do think Vidal should potentially get into the Team of the Week. A decent looking discard right back in form. We now move on to 3 midfielders. We start on the left-hand side with Canales. He got himself a goal and assist in a 3-0 win versus Real Sociedad. Now, I'm not going to lie, that card looks pretty alright, to be honest. He'd be a second in form. Of course, he's already had one already. And he looks pretty decent, an 87 rated player, as I said before. We've got Isaac Hayden in the midfield. Actually, literally in the middle of this page. He got a goal and a clean sheet in a late 1-0 win versus Chelsea. He scored the winning goal for Newcastle, and let's just say it was safe to say they were absolutely celebrating crazily at St James's Park. Massive win for the club. And finally, we've got Marcel Sabitzer on the right-hand side. He already does have a scream card, but he got himself 1 goal and 1 assist in a 3-0 win versus Union Berlin. Now, Timo Werner scored 2 in this game. I don't think he's going to get into the Team of the Week purely because of his Player of the Month he got last week. But on to a player who should definitely be in Team of the Week is Casemiro. He got 2 massive goals in a 2-1 win versus Sevilla. It is his first inform of the year. A pretty decent looking card as well, Brazilian CDM. And he's one of the high rated players of this Team of the Week. Talking about another high-rated player, we've got Vishka of Istanbul Basaksehir. He got 1 goal and 1 assist in a 4-1 win versus Yeni Malatyaspor in the Turkish league. Of course, he does get packed quite a lot, 84 rated card, and he looks alright, to be fair. He would be one of the better Turkish Super League wingers. Pretty decent stats. I think he's got 4-star, so be alright. Probably a little bit more expensive in terms of being near discard because he's an 86 in form. That can go into SPCs. And finally, we've got Rafa. He got 2 goals in a massive 2-0 win versus Sporting Lisbon. He came off the bench to score the 2 goals. I do think he will get into the side. Of course, he got a Team of the Season last year. We now move on to free attackers. I think this is the first of 2 pages of attackers. We start with Kevin Volland. He got himself 2 goals in a 4-1 win versus Paderborn. He hasn't had an inform as of yet. To be fair, I think he scored 2 goals within the first 20 minutes. Could have been on for a hat-trick. But he looks like an alright card. A couple more informs and he'll be classed as usable to many people. We've got Alexander Sorloth. I'm pretty sure he's been in a prediction before. If not, he is the team of the week player in terms of being in form over these last couple of weeks. I think he got 2 goals or a hat-trick a couple of weeks ago, didn't get in. He's got a hat-trick again this time in a 6-0 win versus Kasim Pasha. I believe he's on loan from Crystal Palace as far as I'm aware. I don't know whether they signed him permanently, Trabzonspor, but he's been on fire in Turkey over these last couple of weeks / months. And finally, we've got Ante Rebic. He does have a Footmus card already, but he got 2 goals in a 3-2 win against Udinese. Theo Hernandez scored in that game as well, but he won't get an inform for that because he's already had 2 already. And as I said, he does have a Footmus card, but he was pretty expensive, so for a lot of people, be a very, very cheap, decent card in game. And finally, on to the last main free players in terms of my predictions. We've got Budimir of Mallorca. He got himself 2 goals and 1 assist in a massive 4-1 win versus Valencia. I don't think anyone expected that to be the score of the game, and it's safe to say he should be in the team of the week. We've got Jimenez. He got himself 2 goals in a 3-2 win versus Southampton. Now, Wolves were 2-0 down at one point, but incredibly they brought it back. Now, there are 2 candidates I've picked out for this game. I'm going to talk about one of the candidates a little bit later on. But Jimenez, he does have his Europa League Road to the Final card. It's 85 rated. This card would be the same rating. So very, very similar stats in terms of physical shooting. But I've upped some stats by 1 and put some stats down by 1 because that's what they've been doing with cards of similar rating to their live cards. And I think they'll do the same against Jimenez. And finally, we've got one of the main men of this team of the week. It is Haland. Now, he scored a hat-trick in a 5-3 win against Augsburg on his debut, and that is an absolutely ridiculous card. Of course, he has the 82 inform at Salzburg. He then had the 84 team of the group stage card, so this would be an 86 rated card. And it's safe to say, is he going to go down the same route Batshuayi did a couple of years ago at Dortmund and just get a shed load of informs? Because that is going to be a ridiculously expensive and stupidly good card, of course. 6'4", is an absolute tank in real life and is a tank in game. So that's going to be a pretty expensive card. And it's a nice way to wrap up the team of the week. Now, I've got 6 players that I have put as potential candidates, but I don't think they'll get into the team of the week this week. So we start off with the first page. We've got ALISSON. Now, for Liverpool v Manchester United, it is a 2-way battle in terms of who's going to get in. Now, ALISSON, he made 1 assist and got 4 saves in that win against Manchester United, but because there isn't enough defenders this week, I do think Van Dijk will get the card over ALISSON. But if he does get in, then it would not be of a surprise. Now, Immobile, he got a hat-trick in a 5-1 win versus Sampdoria. Now, usually he would get in absolutely no problem, but EA have tended to have a rule this year where a player cannot get a Team of the Week card within 2 weeks of getting a special inform. So something tells me that we won't see a 90 rated Immobile as of yet. Now, it's safe to say this guy is on absolutely ridiculous form right now with 23 goals in Serie A, and we will definitely get a 90 rated card at some point, but I don't think it's going to be as of now. So instead, we'll either get a Cherby, the Italian centre-back, or we'll get Lucas Leiva, in my opinion. But if we do get Immobile, then hey, we're not complaining. It's a great card. We've got Mbappe. He got himself 2 goals in a 4-1 win versus AS Monaco. He is, in my opinion, one of the more likely candidates out of the 6 players I've got to get into the team of the week. This was quite early on in the week because of the postponement of AS Monaco v PSG a while ago. They've played basically 2 games back-to-back, and if he does get this inform, once again, expect it to be very expensive, because as far as I'm aware, it's his first inform as a striker. He did get a team of the tournament as a striker card, but in form he hasn't had one yet because his first one was on the wing. And finally, we've got Perisic. He got 1 goal and 1 assist. I don't think he's going to get in either. I just think there's too many candidates on the wing this week in terms of Vishka and Rafa that are better candidates. Of course, he does have his storyline card from season's objectives. We've got Adama Traore, which is the other guy I was talking about from the Wolves game. He got 2 assists in a 3-2 win against Southampton. Now, I don't think he's going to get in the team of the week either because he's just recently had his headliners. The only way I could see them doing it is if they put his headliners in packs till, is it Friday they come out of packs, and then put his inform in. But I think they'll give it to Jimenez instead and give him his second inform. And finally, we've got Ronaldo. He got 2 goals in a 2-1 win versus Parma. As much as I would like this card to happen, it would be a striker card. His first striker inform, I just don't think it's going to be enough for a player of Ronaldo's quality to get in. Now, unless EA want to boost the team of the week up and try and push even more sales with headliners still being in packs, then I guess they could do that, but I highly, highly doubt it, in my preferable opinion. I think he'll have to get at least a hat-trick to get in. So overall, that is the FIFA 20 Team of the Week 19 predictions. Do tell me in the comments below who you think will get into the Team of the Week. And of course, if you are new to the channel, do leave a like and subscription. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.